Over the last few decades, environmental and economic concerns over oil have been pressing issues in American society. These concerns have led to increased research in areas of alternative fuels such as biofuels. In America, corn ethanol is the primary biofuel, but do its costs and benefits outweigh those of oil or any other alternative fuels? What can scientists and engineers do to make corn ethanol a more sustainable option? By considering the environmental impact and the practicality of corn ethanol, alongside its economic and social impacts, we hope to prompt discussion of practical and ethical issues that scientists and engineers, as well as the entire nation, face when meeting this challenge. The environmental and practical perspectives of corn ethanol have their problems. The amount of arable land isn't large enough to produce enough ethanol to fully replace our oil needs. Soil erosion and runoff from fertilizers can pollute watersheds and harm wildlife. Pesticides can harm the food chain and create resistant strains of pests. Irrigation can reduce the amount of water available for people and industry. Corn farming, harvesting, shipping, and processing all produce emissions. Also, ethanol is slightly corrosive and is water soluble, which can cause a lot of complications during shipping and storage. But what if we design and implement more efficient systems? Cover crops and vegetation buffers can combat erosion and absorb excess fertilizers, reducing runoff. Polyculture can add nutrients to the soil and can aid in pest resistance, reducing soil erosion and the likelihood of resistant strains of pests. Smarter irrigation can sustain water supplies, leaving more for people and industry, especially in the future. More efficient farming, harvesting, shipping, and processing techniques can decrease emissions. Improved materials and processes can inhibit ethanol corrosion and dilution. Additionally, genetic modification could produce larger, hardier, and more vigorous varieties of corn that convert starch into sugar, eliminating the first step in making ethanol and increasing efficiency. With these solutions, corn ethanol could lead to even lower emissions in comparison to gasoline than it already does. And, while it might not replace oil completely, it could supplement a larger amount. Of course, within these solutions, potential problems arise. Some of them are issues related to science and engineering, such as altered genes spreading to unintended species, and others are issues related to cost and economics. Corn ethanol has been the leading biofuel in America primarily because of the existing and easily modifiable corn infrastructure. That being so, the many potentially costly solutions presented above could inhibit its idealistic future. Additionally, corn grown for ethanol instead of food raises the price of corn products and animal products that rely on corn feed. Consequently, certain food manufacturers and livestock farms lose money, have to lay off workers, and may even have to shut down. Also, while government subsidies of corn grown for ethanol are designed to create more jobs, each job ultimately costs taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars. Finally, the construction of ethanol production plants near towns and cities can be an unwanted disturbance to the residents. Considering these economic and social issues, corn may not sound like a viable option. However, one must take into account the total economic and social situation, especially in comparison to gasoline. Ethanol lowers the price of gasoline and it extends the overall lifetime of oil reserves. The construction of ethanol production plants boosts the economy of the surrounding area and creates income for that economy throughout its entire operational lifetime. While the corn ethanol industry may take away jobs in some industries, such as food and oil, it will create plenty of jobs on its own. Also, while ethanol production plant may increase pollution in one area, the subsequent reduction in oil drilling and of oil usage will decrease net pollution around the world. Additionally, domestic corn ethanol can help us reduce our dependence on foreign oil.
So, these are just choices that we have to make. Coupled with all the other things, myriad of things are going on in our environmental and social systems. Are they good jobs? Are they good economic jobs? Do they provide for people? Do they provide for a good lifestyle for people in a place that they want to live and where they could get food, water, and energy themselves? And does it create too many environmental problems somewhere else? Either problems in water or problems in polluted soil or problems in polluted atmosphere. These are choices that we're always going to have to make. So,
right. Okay. And to wrap things up, economics kind of had a big part to play in what you just said.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure what